Ever felt weary, tired, and in need of strength? There's a universal resonance to these feelings, isn't there? We've all been there, haven't we? In the depths of fatigue, buried under the weight of our circumstances, feeling like we're dragging a mountain behind us. These moments, as overwhelming as they may seem, are part of the shared human experience. Yet, in the midst of these trials, there's a beacon of hope, a source of comfort that has endured the test of time. A verse from the book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 31, offers a promise of rejuvenation for those who patiently wait upon the Lord. A promise of strength renewed, of soaring on wings like eagles, running without growing weary, and walking without fainting. This verse isn't just a collection of beautiful words, but a well of profound wisdom that has the power to transform our perspective and our lives. Today we delve into the profound wisdom of Isaiah 40:31. But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Let's dive into this verse, phrase by phrase. Firstly, but they who wait for the Lord. Waiting implies patience, doesn't it? In our fast-paced world, waiting can be frustrating. However, this verse is not speaking of a passive waiting, like waiting for a bus. It's more about active waiting. It's about trust. Trusting in the Lord's timing, His plans, and His purpose. It's about believing that the Lord, in His infinite wisdom and love, knows what's best for us. Shall renew their strength. Now, isn't that a promise we all need in our lives? Life can wear us down, can't it? But here's the good news. When we wait for the Lord, when we trust in Him, our strength is renewed. It's as though we've been plugged into the ultimate power source. Mount up with wings like eagles. What a vivid image. Eagles soar high above the earth, unbothered by the storms below. When we trust in the Lord, we too can rise above our circumstances. We're not ignoring our problems, but we're gaining a higher perspective. We're seeing things from God's viewpoint. They shall run and not be weary, they shall walk and not faint. This is the promise of endurance. Life is a marathon, not a sprint, and this verse promises us the stamina to keep going. It's not about physical running or walking, but about our spiritual journey. Regardless of the pace, the promise is that we won't give up or give in. So this verse is not just a poetic expression, but a deep spiritual promise. It's a promise of renewal, of strength, of perspective, and of endurance. It's the Lord's assurance that when we wait for Him, when we trust in His timing, we can overcome anything that comes our way. Now, how can we apply this verse in our everyday life? Let's start with the first part. But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. In our day-to-day life, this could mean leaning on faith during challenging times. Imagine you're facing a difficult situation, maybe at work or in your personal life. Instead of succumbing to stress or despair, you choose to wait for the Lord's guidance, to rely on His timing. You're not passive, but actively trusting in His plan. The verse goes on to say, they shall mount up with wings like eagles. This can be seen as a symbol of soaring above our problems, viewing them from a higher perspective that allows us to see the bigger picture. Just like an eagle, we can rise above the immediate challenges and see the broader landscape of our lives. Next, they shall run and not be weary, they shall walk and not faint. This can be applied in our lives as a reminder to practice patience and endurance. It's not about rushing to the finish line, but about moving forward with steady determination, relying on God's strength to keep us going. So in essence, this verse encourages us to lean on faith, practice patience, and find strength in God's promises. It's about transforming our everyday experiences, making our lives richer and more resilient. Remember, these applications are not instant solutions, but continual processes. In conclusion, let's take a moment to reflect on the potent message of Isaiah 40:31. This powerful verse reminds us of the divine strength that comes with patience and faith. It speaks to our moments of exhaustion and assures us that we are never alone in our struggles. It encourages us to persevere, promising that we will rise, run, and not grow weary. May this verse be a beacon of hope and strength when you feel weary. Keep running, keep walking, and never forget that those who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength.